Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Ron. The lights in the background, that's going to be for my new channel, not a political channel. It's the one I was telling you about with UFOs and life out in the universe. I'm just about ready. I did name the channel. I'm going to put a link to it so you can subscribe to it. I'm going to get the content up there real soon, like probably this weekend. It's called Cosmic Neighbors. Cosmic Neighbors. That's the name of the channel. You'll see. I'm going to put a link to it. So the stuff in the background, I just put it into some contrast between me and because I just been noticing I've been me just standing in front of a black background. So anyway, that's what that's about. I know you've been hearing things. You know, everybody has the right to complain already. I mean, it's just over 24 hours. And Joe Biden said when he became president, on day one, he was going to do certain things, and he's held true to some of those things already. But here's a difference. You see a bunch of articles saying that he's looking to take out Trump's legacy. And you also hear, like when conservatives are fighting against that, arguing against that point, they bring up, well, Donald Trump was doing that to Obama. There's a difference here, okay? And before you think I'm a hypocrite, just hear me out. There's a difference. Donald Trump undoing things that President Obama put in place was not out of the fact, that he didn't like President Obama. The things he was undoing were not good for America. Joe Biden, now I'm not saying everything he's going to do is going to be, just against Donald Trump. But he has straight up said that. So has his Veep. Undoing Donald Trump's, no. Like here, rejoining the Paris Climate Accord. Now all the climate change people, yay! First of all, over the last decade, we have the lowest, we've contributed the lowest to the atmosphere, okay? Do you know in the Paris Climate Change, the Paris Climate Accord, that China, and I believe India too, they do not have to make changes. They have till 2030. Till 2030. And they're two of the biggest contributors to pollutants into our atmosphere. But they get till 2030. Us, the lowest, has to pay billions of dollars. Donald Trump didn't pull us out because he doesn't believe in climate change like people try to make it out to be. He just said, we're doing our part. We're the lowest in the world. Why are we spending billions and then nobody's getting treated fairly? We're paying into this, and China doesn't have to do nothing for 10 years. No, till 2030. Anyway, so that's Paris Climate Accord. Then the XlKeystonePipeline. You know what that was, right? It was in the works still. It's not running, but it was being built. That was to transport crude oil from Canada down to the Gulf states. All right. So he stopped that. This is something that Donald Trump put into place. This has been going on for, I would say, over the last 12 years at least. So even in the Obama administration, through the Obama administration. But not even 24 hours, he eliminated 11,000 jobs. And the thing is, if President Biden hears this, which I doubt it, his little cronies will and make complaints. You want to make changes? Make changes for the right thing, because you trying to undo President Trump's legacy. President Trump is going to be fine. He came into the White House a billionaire, and he's left a billionaire. Okay? So whether he decides to run again or not, he's going to be fine in his family for generations. So while you think you're getting a big up on him of hurting his legacy, no, again, who gets hurt? The people. So, but here's the thing. Here's the hypocrisy. So you see what they just did this past week. They were saying an insurrection will happen at the Capitol. They have 25,000 National Guard and all this craziness. Right? You know how they have FBI investigations. They're going all out. Arrested. As a matter of fact, they arrested a guy not too far from me, maybe 2 miles away from where I live, last week in Queens. And I think his wife wants a divorce now because it turns out they say he was a Proud Boy, but something about with the Capitol riot. But here, look what's going on. Yesterday and still right now at this moment. Riots in Portland again. Break your window, and what do you see? Police officers on their bicycles riding across the street from them going bip, bip, bip. Remember, Biden said, no, Antifa's an idea. So the big thing that was going to happen on Inauguration Day, that was crap, because I believe it was just letting everybody know from now into the future, if you think about doing anything, this is what we have, right? So that's what it's a show of force, power. Why isn't he saying a word about this right here? Yeah, I just said one word about it. You know, the idea. And look, Biden won't stop them. This is from the New York Post. And neither will cops until Portland is burned down. And this, you could look every time you see the arrest and you see the Trump supporters. That's why when I seen the arrest, that so-called, I'm not saying there was no Trump supporters that were arrested, that was fake. No, definitely Trump supporters jumped in on the Capitol thing. But I could pick out when they showed mugshots who wasn't Trump supporters. You could just see it plainly like that. The nation's capital, look, these are Antifa. Here is his idea. That's his idea. It's just made up, right? We were lying. But you see what happened on Inauguration Day. Oh, that's right. Nothing happened on Inauguration Day. And I'm glad nothing happened on Inauguration Day. And they still have the troops there. But this is happening and nothing's being done. Nothing's happening in D.C. And they have 25,000 troops there now. In case. But in Portland, this is happening. Nothing. I'm not even going to read through the thing because for what reason? You know, like, I mean, you know about this. I'm going to read just probably a paragraph or two. That's it. It's just, it's all a game to them. We don't matter to them. And I don't care if you're on the left or the right. We don't matter to them. We only matter every 2 years. That's it. That's it. And that's why they're pulling this new one now. If you notice how miraculously every media network said the same word. They want you, if you're on the left, they want you to hate me, a conservative now, and say you need to be deprogrammed. They're saying that, you know why? Before, if we didn't know each other and we're walking down the street or you overhear me talking that and you hear that I'm a Trump supporter, you may say something to me or you'll just go like, moron or whatever it may be. But now what they're doing is by doing that deprogram stuff, now that's to make you go like this. Like we're inhuman now. That's what they're trying to do. But they're uniting. Remember, they're about unity. So you can't fall for that. You can't be dumb. Don't fall for that. You know what I mean? We may not like each other's ideas or politics, but we may look at you on the left and go like this because we'll go like, how did you vote for Biden? But we still look at you as human beings. They're trying to make it where you look at us like we don't belong in the human race anymore. Are you kidding me? Because of who I chose to vote for? Like that? No way. Anyway, the nation's capital was hard. Make sure I'm on the right thing. Hard to recognize on Inauguration Day this year. In response, they had thousands of police and National Guard troops were sent. Let's put it in correct terms: 25,000 National Guard, and I think it was 800 police or something, probably even more. The predicted right-wing violence by Trump supporters never materialized. Joe Biden's inauguration went off without a hitch. Of course it did. But in the Pacific Northwest, Antifa had other plans. In Portland, Black Lives Matter, Antifa, Black Lives Matter Antifa, for those of you listen on the audio only, made good on their pre-announced J20 riot, meaning January 20th. Around 150 Antifa dressed in black shut down traffic as they marched unimpeded to the headquarters of the Democratic Party of Oregon. They held a large banner showing a Kalashnikov and the text, "We don't want Biden, we want revenge." They destroyed the offices by smashing its windows one by one using hammers and metal batons. They dragged dumpsters into the streets, their usual tactics. When Portland police responded, they confiscated knives, batons, a crowbar, pepper spray, and a homemade fire bombs from Antifa. Now, FBI, because I was seeing that they got somebody on video that was in D.C. laying a pipe bomb down. The FBI is sending out memos, everything over it. This isn't the first time you hear about Antifa out there in Portland with pipe bombs. Oh, you think we're going to hear the FBI is going out there investigating it? Yeah. Keep thinking everything they're telling you. And be a sheep and let them keep telling you this and that, so they just want us to fight each other. Just keep believing them. Again, you can think all you want that I'm an idiot because I voted for Trump. You could think about me anything you want. But don't be a sheep. Just like I tell my fellow conservatives, don't be a sheep and get pulled into things. Because they want to lay it out where we clash, and then that gives them certain rights that they can do, like insurrection acts and all that stuff, martial laws. So all they need is that something like that. And the thing is, if you think that punishments are going to come down just on conservatives and Republicans, you're mistaken. You're sadly mistaken. Okay. Police only made 8 arrests. 4 of them had been arrested at Antifa riots in 2020. That's the other thing. In the Capitol riot thing, how they're like hunting down conservatives. Have this guy, and they had one of the guys that was one of the leaders of it, this Antifa guy, he gets out within 24 hours. He's released. Other ones are being held. That's great, right? Later that night, Antifa regrouped in Southwest Portland, where they chanted blank Joe Biden while marching to the Immigration and Customs Enforcement facility dressed in riot gear. Well, anyway, you know where this goes. It's the same replay that's happened. All right. So it's been a really great 24 hours so far, right? And, there's people that are sad Trump didn't win. There's people that are mad Trump didn't win. Okay. I'm both. All right. But Here's something that I forgot to mention, and this is what I'm going to end it on. Something Joe Biden just did a little while ago, another executive order. You remember how we were getting flooded with the caravans, right? And that catch and release stuff. But then President Trump worked out with the president of Mexico that, if they filed for asylum and everything, because they weren't returning. There was only a small number that would return. They filed for asylum. We let them go into the country. They never returned for the hearing. It was a small percentage that actually did. So he worked it out with the president of Mexico, President Trump did. That is called wait in Mexico. So if all these people come and file for asylum, they out there in camps and everything. Well, he just undid that, Joe Biden. So whoever gets to the border and wants to claim asylum, they're not going to have to wait in Mexico. Come on in. The open borders thing, come on in. And you keep telling me they're all coming up here for asylum because they're so devastated in their countries. When you watch the caravan and they're all carrying their country flags, the country that they're running from, so-called, and everything. We've been down this road before, this conversation. But again, because if you looked at Joe Biden's those 4 homes, there's something, I don't know if it is in New York Post, and they have these overheads of four of his homes, like mansions. That's no worry. Because now he doesn't have worry for 4 years or however long he is president. Because he got the White House, he has the Secret Service, so he's covered. But even his family, when he wants to go back to his regular life, he has no worry about it. Right. Any of you out there ever get to ask Biden a question? Because I know he won't answer me. Ask him, because he has all those mansions. That means he has a lot of money. You don't buy mansions if you don't have money. And I think his worth is filed taxes, something was like 18 million or something like that. Anyway, ask him this. How much of his presidential salary will he be donating? Stay safe and healthy. Peace.